It was midday, and there was not a scrap of cloud in the sky. The desert stretched out all the way to the mountains. The sun sat high overhead, pummeling the arid landscape until woozy waves of heat radiated up from the ground. There was not a breath of wind either, and no prospect of any change for the rest of the afternoon. Isabella Rose reached into the car for the bottle of water that she had brought with her. She had already finished half of it, and what was left was tepid. It was wet, though, and it helped slake her thirst and wash away some of the dust that stuck to the top of her mouth and clogged her throat. The car was an old Ford Torino GT that they had purchased from a dealer in El Paso before they crossed the border. Isabella slid into the cabin. The faded black seat had been cooking all morning, and it was almost too hot to sit in. She opened the glove box and took out the old iPod that had been left there by the previous owner. The device hooked up to the car's stereo and was loaded with playlists of songs from the 80s. Isabella ran her finger around the click wheel until she found the one marked Remixes and pressed play. Queen's Another One Bites the Dust started up. The bass line shook the speakers. She drummed her fingers in response. Isabella's mother, Beatrix, had played a lot of 80s music during the year they spent together. Isabella hadn't yet been born when the songs were released, but she found that she remembered many of them from Marrakesh, and the familiarity was reassuring. Remembering her mother was especially reassuring when she was nervous, and she was nervous now. Isabella wound down the window so that she could still hear the music outside and got out of the car. She had parked the Torino next to a small single-story warehouse that had once accommodated the business of Jamie Flores, as noted by the painted sign on the wall. She clambered onto the hood of the car and boosted herself up to the roof of the building. She had left her things up there. She saw the pack with her pistol and ammunition, and the binoculars that she had rested next to it. She sat down, took the binoculars and raised them to her eyes. She scouted the environment, running through the same patient routine she had followed every 10 minutes throughout the course of the morning. The road she was watching joined Ciudad Juárez to the northwest with El Porvenir to the southeast. Isabella's position was to the south of the road. The building she was atop had been abandoned, the windows smashed and the doors forced so that the insides could be scavenged. She had selected it when she'd scouted the area last weekend. The landscape around here was flat, and the raised vantage point offered excellent visibility in all directions.